Hey y'all, my name is Cody. I decided to start or try to start doing this podcast. I've been kind of inspired by some other podcasts I've been watching. Um, yeah, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm sure there's some wonderful people around that do knit or crochet and there's some things like with the Meetup app and things, but I'm always kind of nervous to go and check it out just because I don't have anyone to go with me, and I don't know if I feel like they probably already know each other really well and things like that. So, and sometimes there are weird times and that kind of stuff, but I've really been inspired by you guys. Um, well, some of you guys who may be watching, hopefully, um, who do podcasts and try to make the yarn community through online. And I've been kind of hesitant to make it or to start this, because I'm really busy. I'm a nurse, um, and I also am in grad school right now, and that keeps me crazy busy. I'm in grad school to become a nurse practitioner, and so I don't really have a whole lot of time, but I'm gonna do my best to try to make these podcasts at least once a week or twice a month or something like that. Um, could be a cool way to, um, kind of get things out that I feel like I need to talk about. But anyway, it's been fun. I really enjoyed watching other people's podcasts and like learning about new yarns and learning about new techniques and seeing what people do and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I thought I would give it a try. Who knows? Anyway, how did I get I have some notes down here, so that's how you know, that's what I keep looking at just to try to keep me on task. Anyway, so how did I get started? I started a few years ago, crocheting. And what I did is I work with cancer patients, and I always felt so bad whenever we'd shave their heads or their hair would start falling out and things like that. And I wanted to be able to give them something, meaningful and that could, keep their head warm too. And um, I couldn't really afford to go out and buy everybody, a bunch of little beanie hats or something. So I got on YouTube and I searched how to knit, how to crochet actually, and went from there. I started making beanie hats, and then I've made tons of those. I've made some afghans and things like that. And then a little bit later, I started getting into knitting. And when I first tried to knit, I was like, this is too hard. I don't understand. But most of that, I think, was because I'm a very visual learner and I was trying to read a book to teach me. And so I got online and I was like, if I can learn how to crochet, I should be able to learn how to knit on YouTube. So I've watched lots of videos and things like that, and here we are. I'm gonna apologize now for the lighting. It is dark here. It's actually 10 o'clock at night. Um, I'm gonna try not to do them at night. I'll try to do them during the day when there's more lighting. But my first one's gonna be this all fluffy, and I look a mess because I went to the park today and walked about 6 miles with my dog, and it was really fun. Anyway, that's off track. So anyway, I got started knitting because I wanted to give, or crocheting, because I wanted to give my patient something, to keep their head warm and stuff like that. And it means so much to them, and the bright colors and things like that just put a smile on the face, and that's what I love. Um, so yeah, I'm probably forgetting some stuff that I wanted to say, but I figure that we will get to know each other more and more as the weeks come. So I've been focusing a lot on knitting lately and just learning new techniques and learning new uh, stitches and things like that. And I do have a few things um, that I'm working on. Nothing is like spectacular or anything, but you know, it's fun and just learning and that kind of stuff. So one thing that I am working on is a just a scarf. It's my first lace project, and I thought it looked pretty easy. And I had bought this book called Lace One Skein Wonders. I actually bought it on Amazon, so it's like $4 or something cheap. Anyway, and this is, let me make sure not to, this is the name of it, the Rainbow Scar, and that's kind of what it looks like. Sorry, it's kind of backwards, so I'm trying to figure that out. But anyway, I've been using this Red Heart Shimmer, and it's, I don't know if you can tell, probably not with this lighting, but it has some little um, like a little shimmery thing in there that makes it kind of sparkle a little bit. It's not overly sparkly, but every now and then you can get it. And it's in the color purple. I'm not sure what color it's showing up, but it is really pretty purple. And it's really soft. It's a worsted weight yarn. Yeah, and it is acrylic, I believe. 97% acrylic and 3% metallic is what I'm figuring is the shimmery part. But anyway, so that's that, and here's what the scarf looks like so far. That's the back, here's the front. Can't really tell a whole lot from it. But yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, it's my first time doing like a lace project, even though it's not lace weight yarn, it's actually just worsted weight. But I figure it might be a good place to start with like a little bit bigger needle and just to get used to like the yarn overs and the gaps and picking up things and that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's that. The other thing I've been working on, this is actually the first I've been working on it the longest, but I'm it's bad because I get bored with scarves because it's just the same thing in a really long thing, so I kind of get bored. Um, so I'm trying to make myself do them. But here's another one. It's just a simple cable scarf. I'll get everything out of the way there. Simple cable scarf. I thought cables would be a lot harder than they are, but really not that bad. Um, I've done a lot better with this one, not making any mistakes. Um, this is Red Heart Super Saver in the color light blue. It's just some, yarn that I've had in my little stash. I don't have a huge stash, but I do have, fairly big amount. Um, oh, and the pattern for that, I can't remember where I got it, but I think I just found it's just called a simple cable scarf. So I don't remember. Um, anyway, but that was actually fun. It made me feel like, oh well, I'm actually doing something other than just knitting and purling, knitting and purling. And then I have one more thing that I just learned just to try out something. Sorry. I tried to be prepared, but obviously didn't work. So this is just a really simple kind of, it's gonna be a, it's like a bottom up shawl. I don't have a clue who I'm gonna give it to. I don't, really wear shawls. But I just saw, someone making it on YouTube, and I was like, hey, I could probably do that. And it's, I kind of like it because I can watch TV or something because it's all just knit, knit, knit. And I recently just got these carbon um, circular needles, and I love these. I'm used to working with bamboo, and those are great, especially for beginning because all your stitches don't fall off. When I first tried to knit, that I had some like metal or aluminum needles that came with the book or something cheap, and everything just kept falling off, and I was like, what? And I think the thing that I liked about crochet is it's easy to fix. You just kind of rip out how far you need and do it again. And to me, with knitting, I was just a little bit harder. But anyway, all it is straight up knitting, knit every row. And I just yarn over on the ends and um, yarn over, and it has these little loopy things. Um, I don't know what they're called, but I call them the little loopy things on both sides. And, you know, I felt like I'm making something and it has, progress and it's easy. I don't have a lot of time, so when I do sit down and do nothing, I like to still be productive. I guess that's something. Oh, and the yarn, this is a cool yarn. I like it. It has like that, has like a heather or a heathered, I think that's the word. Anyway, it looks a little fuzzy. And it just looks so, it's so soft. It's yarn bee effervescent in mango. Let me show you because I might be saying some of that stuff wrong. And I doubt that it was $5.99 when I bought it. I probably bought it on sale. Um, but it is super, super soft. And it's, um, like I said, the color's mango. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, it's 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide. Polyamide? I don't know how to say that word. Um, anyway, it's neat. Um, I've, I'm really excited to find, I'm gonna be ordering some yarn, offline very soon. That's actual, like wool and, cashmere and things like that. I wanted to get a little bit better at knitting before I spent a lot of money on, um, a yarn, and then just realize that I'm really bad at it still and like waste it. So I wanted to get a little better and a little more familiar with it. But from watching podcasts, I know there's a lot of you out there who like hand dye and like hand what is it, spin your own yarns and things like that. And I am all about supporting people and small businesses, and I would definitely going to be purchasing some of those really things. Um, and then I just have one more work in progress, and it's just something I've been crocheting. I had some leftover yarn. I made my mom a afghan called Drop in the Pond afghan, and I learned how to make it from this lady on YouTube, Beth in Texas, I believe. And it's beautiful. My mom has it now. I'll see if I can find a picture of it or something. But anyway, I made it in all these colors here. So I have extras. Sorry, I have, ends to weave in, but it's just a corner to corner afghan. I've just kind of been knitting, or crocheting on it a little bit. Um, so yeah, that's my work in progress. I try not to like do too much at one time, but um, I kind of get bored with things. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. Sometimes I get bored doing patterns. I guess they just kind of repeat, but sometimes I like that, like the shawl. I mean, it's easy. I can sit and like. I'm actually getting to where I don't even have to watch my hands whenever I knit. Um, so it's kind of easy cheesy knitting and crocheting. I don't have to, especially those like that. I don't. It's just like double crochets and in space, and it's easy to. You don't even have to watch that. So anyway, I do want to mention a few of my favorite podcasts and people, because you guys have really inspired me, and I'm not sure. I'll put the links down in the like description box below if I can figure out how to do it. Um, but I wish I could somehow tag you guys so you would know. I don't know. Maybe there is a way to do that. But anyway, just so you know that I'm kind of saying hey and that I enjoy watching your podcast, and I get really excited when like ooh, who's gonna post a video today, and you know it's kind of my schedule is so busy and it's all like medical stuff, and people get it's hard because working in oncology too, people don't always make it. There's not always happy endings. There's a lot that are, but that's a whole nother topic. But you'll probably hear me talk a lot about, being a nurse and stuff like that, just because that's who I am. And actually, I started off um, college as a vocal performance major. So you might see some videos on here of me singing or something, which aren't that great. But anyway, I ended up going and becoming a nurse, and I love it. And and then from there, I just it kind of led to crocheting and knitting, and here we are. And I actually love it. It's very therapeutic. um, I'm very active. I like to run and things like that. So, I don't get done with projects as quick as some people do. I don't get to knit every day like I would like to. Sometimes I dream that I'm knitting at night, and then I wake up and I'm like, man, I thought I was further along, but do you guys ever do that? Anyway, sorry, rambling. Back to where I was going is some of my favorite podcasts. I like Margaret Olander's podcast. I love seeing what she does, and she actually kind of is the one who really pushed me. Well, she doesn't know this because we haven't really communicated, but she's the one who's like kind of inspired me the most to do a podcast and just kind of try it out and see how it goes. And then Bob Wilson 123. She's the one who really taught me how to crochet. She made it super easy. She works you through, things step by step and just shows you how to crochet and crochet things that look nice and they're not overly complicated, and you have a cool project you can give to someone. And I get excited seeing her come out with new things and that kind of stuff. And I just, if you're listening, um, I just want you to know, I think I've sent you a message before telling you this, that your teaching of how to crochet, especially hats and things like that, they are, it's reaching all the way over here in the United States, in the South, in Georgia, um, and touching the lives of so many people that you don't even realize. And um, thank you from me and all the people and all the lives that you have touched, just by teaching people how to crochet and doing what you love. It's I just want you to know that. I don't think people um, always know how much and how far the things that they contribute, even to people they don't even know, and how they can touch people's lives. So I just wanted you to know that you're awesome. And thank you for sharing how to crochet and sharing your creations and your love and your passion for crochet. Um, so anyway, and then I started, as I was kind of, I kind of got bored watching how to do crochet this and crochet that, and started watching or knitting too, like tutorials. And then I started finding like podcasts, and I was like, oh, this is neat. So, um, I let's see, I heard about Erin from Gimme Yarn. I can't remember the numbers. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, Erin from Gimme Yarn something. Sorry, I'll put the link down below. But I started watching her stuff and just seeing. It's neat to see people like what people are doing and what they end up creating. It's so cool to me. Um, and um, then there's Junk Yarn. I love watching that podcast. She is so funny, and she's one thing that she's done a lot is like inspire me to work with different yarns and try different things. And she's actually the reason why I bought the carbon needles. I thought I would just buy just one and see how I liked them. And then now I really want to buy like the whole interchangeable circular set, but it's so expensive. But it's a good investment. Right? Help me. Anyway, I really do enjoy knitting with other people. Um, and then I watched Yarngasm. I that is so neat to see because that was the first time I like saw someone like spinning and like heard about it and that kind of stuff. And anyway, I like that. And she's actually, I think it's the Woolen Vine yarn. She's one of the first people I'm going to be buying yarn from because I see some of the things, the colorways and things. Oh, it's beautiful. You do such a wonderful job. And I see other people, other podcasts, and everyone's just raving about it. So I have to get some. And then Little Bobbin's Knit is another one. So cute, and I love Little Bobbin. He's so adorable. I have a dog. She's a miniature dachshund. Her name is Diamond, and she's back there on the couch sleeping. She had a long day. For a little dachshund to walk 5 miles, y'all know that she's exhausted. Her little legs are like, that is she's cute, and I love her. Anyway, and then the person who really taught me how to knit, I have to give credit to, is Stacy from Very Pink Knit here on YouTube, and she does such a good job. And I think it's so cool that you can buy like a pattern that she comes up with, like for socks and hats and sweaters and whatever. And she goes through and like you buy the pattern and you can read along, and she goes through and teaches you like the hard parts of it. And what's really cool that I admire about her is that um she doesn't have anyone like knit her patterns. Like she doesn't have like an assistant. So everything that she knits and comes up with the designs and puts out there, she works through herself. So she says I watched an interview that she did from something, and she says she does that um because then she can see like where the tricky parts are, or where she could think, and she's very good at kind of like seeing where new knitters and other people may be would have difficulty or get a little confused, and she just works you through it, and it's wonderful. Um, So I always look forward to her stuff. And she does a lot of giveaways too. I never win, but there's so many people that, kind of apply for them that it's, like winning the lottery almost, I guess. It's like your chances are kind of slim. But anyway, um, I'm really interested in, I see people like swapping mail and like different yarns and sending different like tea. I love tea. I love chocolate. Um, I mean, I love a lot of stuff that I shouldn't love, like candy and ice cream and stuff like that, which is probably why I can't get the abs that I want. But life is short. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think of what else to say. It's been about 26 minutes. Um, yeah. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas, I am on Ravelry. I think I need to fix the name. I want them to all sync, so I'm not going to tell you that yet. But anyway, I do the Ravelry thing. I'll put a link to my Facebook. I'm on there a lot, and that kind of stuff. But if you guys have any suggestions of like how to make it better, if the sound good or not, I know the lighting is horrible. I will fix that. Hopefully on the next one. Um, any suggestions or um, whatnot? I would love to hear from you guys. You know, it's the whole reason I'm doing this is just to meet people that like enjoy doing things that I do, love doing, love knitting and crocheting or just new and kind of. I mean, I don't really plan on doing any like tutorial videos and things like that because I just don't have time, and I'm not really a pro, and I would, actually send you over to people who do it much better than I do or I could. Um, but yeah, I would really like to get a lot more involved in the community that's on here. It's really cool to see everyone that you talk about each other and like not bad, but I'm saying you mention each other in your podcast, and then I'm like, ooh, let me go watch their podcast, and then you have things like crochet and knit alongs, and have things like the swaps and things like that, and I just think it'd be really fun. So help me out. Let me know how I can, get more involved, get started, any suggestions, um, any questions you have, um, things you'd like for me, you know, to talk more about or less about. Um, yeah, maybe, and whenever, Diamond's not so sleepy, I will introduce her to you because she usually likes to sit in my lap constantly. So, oh, let me show you something I just got, and I'm super excited about it. I really like coffee in the mornings and then tea for the rest of the day. Um, so I just got some chocolate cinnamon uh, tea. And I thought it was gonna be a lot better than it is. Um, it tastes cinnamon. That's a hard word. Cinnamon. Has a lot of cinnamon flavor to it. But I don't really taste the chocolate. Maybe I didn't let it steep long enough or whatnot. But I just got this little cute thing. It's called what is that called? I think I just lost it. Tea for me or something like that. Tea for one. Anyway, it's so cute. Whoop. It's a little tea set, and the top here is an actual little teapot, and then the bottom is the cup and the saucer, and I just think it's so adorable because I am by myself a lot, and um, which is okay. But I'm by myself and I don't have people to drink tea with or whatnot. So hey, guys. That doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy a nice cup of tea. A nice cup of tea. Um, sorry, I do an attempt at an English accent a lot, and just to be goofy and stuff. I know I'm not really good at it, but yeah. So if I'm silly, that's just me being silly. Um, anyway, I'm gonna keep pondering and coming up with more ideas, and hopefully have more stuff to show you and that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's been about 30 minutes. Um, since since I'm so new to this, I think I'm gonna say goodbye. I hope to hear from you guys. Give me good feedback or bad constructive feedback. I don't like to use the word bad for feedback, but um, constructive feedback is always welcome as well. Like, how can I make it better? Because I want you guys to, want to come back and watch it. Because I get so excited coming to watch yours. So, anyway, that's all I have. And I will see you next time. Bye.